The air is thick with the stench of fear. A chill crawls down your spine. Deep within the Soviet Union, a terrifying experiment unfolds. This is not a ghost story. This is a story of human experimentation. It's about the darkness that lives within us all. It's about the Russian sleep experiment. The story travels through whispers. It hides in the shadows of history. Some dismiss it as an internet legend. Others believe it's a warning about the limits of human endurance, a warning about the monsters we create in the name of science. The story takes us back to the Cold War. The world was on edge. The US and the Soviet Union played a deadly game of espionage. Both sides were obsessed with creating the perfect soldier, the perfect weapon. Could sleep deprivation unlock the secrets of the mind? The Soviets were willing to find out, even if it meant sacrificing innocent lives. The Cold War was a time of paranoia and suspicion. The United States and the Soviet Union engaged in a dangerous game of one-upmanship. Espionage ran rampant. Each side yearned to unlock the secrets of advanced weaponry, mind control, and human potential. Behind the Iron Curtain, the Soviets were conducting horrific experiments on their own people. Political prisoners, dissidents, and anyone deemed an enemy of the state vanished into the gulags. Many never returned. Whispers of these atrocities leaked out. They hinted at a terrifying disregard for human life. These experiments were shrouded in secrecy. The world remained oblivious to the horrors being committed. The goal, to create soldiers who could fight without rest, soldiers who could withstand interrogation, soldiers who were more machine than human. The Russian sleep experiment. Even the name sends chills down your spine. The experiment allegedly took place in a secret laboratory. The location remains a mystery. Some say it was deep in Siberia, others believe it was hidden beneath a bustling city. 5 political prisoners were chosen. They were promised freedom if they cooperated. These men were locked in a sealed chamber. The air was filled with an experimental gas. The gas was designed to keep them awake, to push them beyond the limits of human endurance. For the first few days, everything seemed fine. The prisoners talked, they played games, they shared stories of their lives outside. But the gas was working its dark magic. Sleep deprivation began to take hold. The men grew agitated, paranoid, their minds were slipping. They were becoming prisoners of their own minds. Days turned into weeks. The men's behavior became increasingly erratic. Their conversations devolved into incoherent ramblings. Paranoia consumed them. They started to turn on each other. They tore at their own flesh, convinced insects were crawling beneath their skin. The researchers watched from behind a one-way mirror. They documented every horrifying detail. The gas had transformed these men into something less than human. Their minds had shattered. They were no longer capable of rational thought. The chamber became a nightmare. The walls dripped with blood and feces. The air was thick with the stench of madness. The experiment had spiraled out of control. The researchers had created a living hell. While the gruesome details of the Russian sleep experiment may be apocryphal, the story resonates with the very real horrors of Soviet research. The use of mind-altering substances, sleep deprivation, and psychological torture were not beyond the pale of Soviet methodology. Take, for example, the horrifying experiments conducted by the Soviet Union using a poison called C2. This deadly concoction was designed to mimic a heart attack. Victims would die within 15 minutes, their bodies exhibiting no outward signs of trauma. Such practices underscore the brutal reality of the Soviet regime's pursuit of scientific advancement at any cost. The disregard for human life in the name of progress serves as a chilling reminder of the potential for darkness within humanity. The experiment reached a terrifying climax. The researchers opened the chamber. What they found inside was beyond their worst nightmares. The prisoners were barely recognizable as human. They were covered in blood and feces. They had ripped each other apart, but they were still alive. Driven by a primal need to stay awake, the subjects had mutilated themselves. Organs were exposed, bones were broken, yet they clung to life with terrifying tenacity. The gas had become their lifeblood. The soldiers tasked with ending the experiment were met with ferocious resistance. The test subjects, fueled by unimaginable pain and chemically induced psychosis, fought back with inhuman strength. They begged to be kept awake. They pleaded for more gas. This was a glimpse into the abyss, a look into the darkest depths of human resilience. The story of the Russian sleep experiment is a chilling one. It preys on our deepest fears. It makes us question how far humanity will go in the pursuit of knowledge. But is it true? The evidence is scant. No official records exist. Some believe it's a clever hoax. Others believe it's a warning. The truth may never be known. But the story persists. It's a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked ambition. It's a cautionary tale about the dark side of scientific progress. Whether rooted in reality or merely a figment of our collective imagination, the Russian sleep experiment serves as a chilling reminder. It shows us the fragility of the human psyche. It reminds us of the importance of ethics in scientific exploration. The Russian sleep experiment, true or not, forces us to confront uncomfortable truths. What are the limits of human endurance? What happens when we tamper with the natural order? The story suggests that within each of us lies a darkness that can be unleashed when pushed to the brink. The experiment serves as a chilling reminder that the pursuit of knowledge must be tempered with compassion. When we prioritize scientific advancement over human well-being, we risk unleashing monstrous consequences. The sleep of reason produces monsters. This timeless adage rings true when we consider the potential for human cruelty in the absence of ethical boundaries. The Russian sleep experiment, regardless of its veracity, compels us to ask ourselves, how far are we willing to go in the name of progress? The Russian sleep experiment is a story that stays with you. It's a reminder that the past is never truly gone. It lives on in whispers and shadows. It reminds us that some doors are best left unopened. Some secrets are best left buried. The story is a chilling reminder of the fragility of the human mind. It forces us to confront the potential for darkness within us all. It's a story that will keep you up at night. But most importantly, it's a story we must never forget. Please like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing content. It helps us more than you know.